And there's always this part where they go, well, I didn't think that was relevant, so I didn't say it because it wasn't relevant. It's like, you don't get to decide what is relevant when somebody's been murdered. You know what I mean? I know it's a plot device, but it drives me absolutely bonkers. Welcome back to Sightless Gamer Hag. My name's Rachel. You alright? Murder Mystery Monday once again. It's been a while for me, so I need to refresh what's happened. I took a little break. Did some other stuff. Let me see. There was a blackmail plot. The Major got murdered. We're investigating the Major's murder. Right, I'm back on track. Okay. The ever-guarded Jacqueline Conrad. It is time I should question her on her conversation with the Major before searching her room. Okay. Let's go do that. I'll check out all my little menus in a minute. You can answer my questions.
I am sure you understand my reasoning for such intrusion.
If it's going to clear my name, be my guest.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind answering some questions, it can hopefully be cleared faster.
I'd like to start with your relationship with the Major. I'm sure you've grown weary of the subject, but Monsieur Becher's.
Like I said, he's not the man he wants everyone to think he is.
No, probably not. No, well, I'm getting that impression.
Oui. But how is it you came to that conclusion?
You don't really want me to recount every conversation I've had with him, do you?
Just the broad strokes.
There is one particular I had in mind.
Tell me about your argument. Oh yeah, they had an argument, didn't they?
It was a two-way conversation.
Oh.
And that is not how it was?
Oh.
Here it is. I've been helping Angeline get exposure, her marriage to Gideon is big news, and his work is really paving the way for others. I saw the chance to get their names out there, and he didn't like it.
What was there not to like?
Your guess is as good as mine, Detective. But if I had to, I'd say he was jealous it wasn't his name at the top of the article.
Maybe he didn't want any exposure at all.
And his reason to storm off?
Oh, you know about that. Let's just say I didn't accept his pathetic attempt to get me to stop the story. If you're gonna try and pay someone off, at least make it worth their while.
I mean, that is true. I thought the Major would only be supportive of Mademoiselle Angeline. There must be more to why he would not want her success to be known. Oh yeah, she's his daughter, isn't she? Forgotten about that. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. I'm sure you've grown weary of the subject of Monsieur Becher's.
You've really got a fascination with that guy, huh?
I am a detective. He has tickled my pickle.
I would not say fascination. An interest, perhaps.
Well, I'll save you the bother of trying to find out more about him. He's not that interesting. In fact, he's a bit of a wimp if you ask me.
Becker's is the union leader, I think.
That is not the impression I got of him.
That's because you've only seen the side of him he wants you to. He knows what to say in front of the right people. But behind closed doors, he's clueless.
Really? Clueless in what way?
Yes.
Is he our puppy?
The first thing he told you was that he was a union leader. No, the voice of the people.
Yeah.
A man that is proud of his work is not something to be sneered at.
Don't get me wrong, he has a way with words, and he can certainly rally a crowd. But that's about it. At the end of the day, he's a representative and nothing more. He's got to play the part, not just learn the lines.
Mademoiselle does not think particularly highly of Monsieur Becher's. She's a strong, independent woman, but to use the term wimp is an unnecessary attack on his character.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall leave.
Sure thing, Detective. And if you change your mind on that exclusive about that shooting...
Oh, yeah.
If I do change it, you shall be the first to know.
Hercule's career to hit a bit of a road bump where I think he shot somebody. I don't know. I mean, I do know, but Every time I see it, I get distracted by the red shoes and the red songs. The wonders of modern technology, what a joy it must be to have music in one's home. Okay. Gramophone, newspaper.
Oh.
Among them, a recent article by Jackie Conrad about the routes linked to Ernesto's factory. Ooh. Peaceful strikes turn to loss of lives as violence breaks out on front line. Following the tragic events in the city that has darkened the spirits of the people and brought to a screeching halt the rising defiance of the working class, the area has been cordoned off and police presence at the scene has increased. Factory security forces have been asked to step down and powers handed over to law enforcement services. Oh, I wonder if this is the Major's little troop. Workers laid down their tools, switched off all machinery, and stood together shoulder to shoulder as the fight for fair pay and conditions raged on. What started as peaceful protest by those employed at the factory has turned into a battle of class, with support for the workers coming in from all over the city. Although reports have not been confirmed, sources say that violence broke out following a second wave surge of supporters. Official numbers have not been published, but it is believed that as many as 8 workers have lost their lives in the fighting. Oh my god. The workers' front line has been considered a representation of the people and working class of Belgium that now refuse to work in such demanding conditions with such a demeaning and insufficient wage. Good for them. Good for them. Chief Commissioner Leroy has confirmed that the outbreak of violence and resulting civilian deaths are being investigated and an official statement is to be made in coming days. Jacqueline Conrad. I wonder, because there was a hint of the Major had provided some private security for the factory. So the widow, her husband owned this factory with this other guy. There has been some uprisings about pay and conditions, which fair enough. And then the Major basically came in with his jackboots, and I think probably that has made things worse, so maybe that could be something to do with it. We'll find out in a bit. There does not seem to be anything of interest in here. We're going to check everything we can. Pocket knife.
Aha.
I presume this belongs to Jackie. Chasing a good story may lead her into precarious scenarios. It's always good for a lady to be armed, you know what I mean? Especially an independent lady. A roaring fire. I could stand and gazing into the flames for hours. Okay. I'm gonna have a little look around and then I'll check out my thing. My trees. Jackie has set up a makeshift office in her room. She must be bringing her work with her everywhere. She's a journalist. I imagine that they do that. Mr. Artigue spotted leaving the Velvet Tickle Friday at 23:15, so 11:15. Combra House has been poaching off neighbouring land. Bored deer and duck. Maggie to follow up. Ooh. Mrs. Bonte found her husband in their marital bed with a young maid servant. Testament from maid needed. Ooh. So what's this scandal? Mr. Deneau overheard in the Cackling Crow. That is an amazing name for a pub. I need to write that down. Speaking poorly of King Leopold, he said questionable ideas. We say doubtful, sceptical, shady. Notes from Francis by Monday. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, they would have. Belgium. Does Belgium still have a royal family?
Oh.
The fallen snow has laid a beautiful white blanket over the countryside that surrounded the house. Do you know what? I need to Google that. Oh, it is. Still a constitutional monarchy. Apparently quite popular. There we go. Learn something new every day. We looked at the window. What else? What else? Let's go check by Zibert. I will come back and speak to you. Do not worry. I'm investigating. So there's nothing there. Right, let's have a look at our... Search guest rooms for evidence of possible collusion. Talk to Jackie. That's fine. There's no connections that I need to make here. Why are you doing this? Where is? Oh, I need to get my mouse out, obviously. No connections that I need to make here. And no connections I need to make there. So I just need to talk to Jackie. Let's have a look. So we're just going to do a quick review. It's probably not been that long for you, but it's been a while for me. So I need to just check up. We have Angeline van Bosch. Archibald, okay. Right, let's talk to Jackie, because apparently that's what we need to do.
Go right ahead, Detective.
I will. I was surprised to learn Monsieur de Silva and the Major worked together.
All Felix cared about was money and filling his pockets with it. That's why he got into bed with de Silva.
The Major was not in need of money, though.
I think possibly they were.
Need and want are two very different things. Did he need to move here and leech off the Madame? No, but he wanted to.
Tell me your opinion of their work together.
As far as I know, de Silva hired him to work security. He was worried what could happen to his precious factories if things got ugly.
Okay.
And your reporters were there to cover the story when it did turn that way.
My reporters go where there is news to be told.
And you predicted the violence that occurred?
Well, yeah, if you send in hotheads.
Anyone could see that was gonna happen. If you ask me, Hugo should have acted sooner.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall leave you to relax.
Okay. Right. Where shall we look next? I think that's enough. Hang on. Do I need to make any connections here? No. So we have some more. Yeah, let's get out of here. We can make some connections in a bit. So the next guest room. Here we are in Mademoiselle Angeline and Gideon's room. I wonder what we shall find. So this is the engaged couple. At the centre of all of this. I could have mistaken it for my own. Okay, his room is pristine. Has he packed his bags? There does not seem to be anything of interest here. I don't know. His suitcases empty. Will it not let me look at them? No, that's the drawer. What is this? Hello, that's a photograph. Seems they used to be close. Perhaps their recent behaviour was merely a facade. Could it possibly be that Gideon collaborated with Zachariah? Oh, Zachariah's his brother. Ah, it's the two brothers, Gideon and Zachariah. Go, we've got to get our fireplace in. I think I missed some of these fireplaces, so... Okay, let's have another look. Get our little window achievement. Yeah, I think I missed some of these drinks globe. I wonder how many travel expeditions have been planned when enjoying the contents of that globe. Let's have a look. Oh, what's this? Grandfather clock. The time and skill it takes to build such a wonderful piece. It's an art form. Okay, I don't think there's much else to look at in here. Oh, I'm trapped between a piece of furniture. It's very tidy. They don't appear to have unpacked, or is he packed to leave, or there's his shoes. With all of the west guest room search, I should make my way to the guest rooms on the east side of the first floor. There must be evidence of collusion somewhere. Right, so Angela and Gideon's room. Painting. Collection of books. Painting. Cassandra's bedroom. Trying to double check that I'm not major study. What do we have down here? Storeroom. Right. Do we want to look in? We talked to everybody else, didn't we? I feel like there's someone we haven't spoken to. I'm trying to remember. There probably isn't a gap. There won't be a gap for you. There will be for me. I had to take a little bit of a break, but I'd pre-done some stuff. Let's have a look in Margot. This area does not pertain to my current investigation. Oh, okay. Dang it. Can't get over those red socks and shoe combination. Ah, nuts. I wanted to go and look in the Major's study. Never mind. Dang it. Let's go. Okay, well, where am I supposed to go? Ah, hello. Inga.
We meet again.
Bonjour, Monsieur Poirot. Pardon, Détective Poirot.
Just a detective is quite all right.
Bon, can I help you with something?
I should have looked in the Major's study. It was you that alerted the house of the Major's body, was it not?
I was taking him a plate of food, but he didn't answer to my knocking.
Okay.
You then entered the study.
So he wasn't planning to come down to dinner then?
I did. He wasn't moving. He just lay there.
I did not mean to upset you again. Seeing him there would be troubling for anyone, and I'm sure it is not a memory you wish to relive.
Tell me about your relationship with the other staff.
I suppose we're like a family. We argue, but most of the time we get along.
You must all be quite close then.
Some more than others.
Oh, really?
You refer to whom, mademoiselle?
Well, Maman Ray, sorry, Rihanna, she's been here the longest, and she's very close with Lizzie on account of Luke.
How is Mademoiselle Elizabeth's late fiancé connect? Ooh! How is it that Mademoiselle Elizabeth's late fiancé connects them?
Maman Ray is Luke's sister. You did not know that?
I did not know that.
I thought she would have said. She talks about him all the time. It must have been awful, losing him in those riots. Apparently, he was right at the front when they were charged. They didn't stand a chance. If I had been the one responsible for his death, I wouldn't want Maman Ray looking for me.
Ooh, the thick plottins.
Mademoiselle Rihanna, Maman Ray, she has expressed her desire for revenge.
Every time she talks about what happened.
How is it that the knowledge of Luke's death has eluded me for so long? The death of a brother is certainly motive enough. That is probably why it has eluded you, sir. I did not see an aggressive side to Mademoiselle Rihanna when we spoke, but I wonder if she would act on such impulse for revenge if the opportunity arose. I mean, potentially. If you do not mind me inquiring, what brought you to the women's shelter?
I guess you wouldn't know anything about life on the streets.
It is not an experience I have had to face personally, but I understand that many are forced into it, and the lifestyle that comes with it.
The lifestyle of a thief, you mean?
Put rather bluntly, oui.
You are the first officer that has not taken one look at me and pulled out their handcuffs.
Mademoiselle, I can see you have turned your life around, and I commend you on your efforts.
Without the Countess, I would probably be rotting in a cell somewhere.
There is an obvious alliance to the Countess, and an understandable one at that.
Merci.
Okay. Right, so, new mind map unlocked. Inga may seem nothing more than a young, innocent maid, but there is something that she is withholding. If I am to solve the cases before me, I must learn what it is. They are all withholding things. He's previously prosecuted in Franck. Got the job. Okay, yeah, we don't need to make any connections right now. Everybody is withholding stuff from me, to be fair. What is this?
Oh,
I'm not sure how I would fare coming face to face with such views. They didn't come face to face with them either. Do I have connections that I need to make? No? Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Oh yeah, we're still investigating the blackmail. Zachariah's room. Let's go talk to Zachariah. Really wanted to. I wonder if Monsieur Zachariah is as seemingly innocent as his brother. I would speak with them before searching his room. Okay. Bonjour. Bonsoir. I don't know
Monsieur
what time of
Demi,
day it is.
I hope you are feeling better today.
Nothing a good night's sleep couldn't fix.
Très bien. I wonder if you would be up to discussing certain matters with me.
Whatever you need.
Nice. I'm sorry if dealing with the Major's body brought up any familiar emotions. I spoke with your brother about your past. Your brother was talking with the Contessa while in the salon. I was not aware they were close. Okay. I'm sorry if dealing with the Major's body brought up any familiar emotion. He was a doctor.
I lost my taste for death a long time ago.
He was a military doctor.
It had to be done. I'm certainly in no rush to be carrying a dead body again, though.
Most understandable. I shall extend the same gratitude to you as I did to your brother.
You've spoken to him already. How is he?
Perhaps that should be a question you ask him yourself.
Yeah, maybe.
They fell out, I think.
I bet he had a lot to say. He always did have an opinion on the war.
When I say your past, I refer to your past as brothers.
Okay, well, what did he say?
It seems you both had the same sentiment for this party. Perhaps the bridges that you thought were once burnt are in fact primed to be reconstructed.
We'll see how probable that reconstruction is going to be. Until he sees my point of view, I don't know how we can move forward.
What is your point of view, Zachariah?
What is there for him to understand before the bond can be repaired?
He lost his friends in the war. The same as
Ooh. After speaking with Monsieur Gideon about his brother's state of mind, I think the best thing for them both would be a reconciliation. Oh, I've got terrible heartburn today. There is something about Monsieur Zachariah's story that he's leaving out, though. The death of his friends and comrades weighs heavy on him. There's something... Everybody is hiding something from us. Your brother was talking with the Contessa while in the salon. I was not aware that they were close. Those...
They must share something in common to be able to hold the conversation for the time they did.
If there is one thing I know about my brother, it's that he will not. No. He cannot be rude. He just doesn't have it in him.
Was it not your brother that punched Monsieur Hagen?
Ah, that's different. He was asking for it. If you put my brother in a room with 5 socialites like her, he would work his way around every single one of them, offering his full attention and finest manners.
Oh.
Merci for your assistance, monsieur.
Okay. Cigarette butts. The room is littered with mess. Cigarette butts discarded right next to the ashtray. Very different from his brother. I think like many men, I'll get my little fireplace. An ornamental dagger from Zachariah's time in the war. Yeah, like many people who fought in the wars, it changes you. What is modern technology? Look out the window.
Aha.
Anything else?
Huh.
Oh yeah, there's a plant thing as well. I think that's everything. Can we have more conversations with him?
Always got time for my favorite detective.
There is a particular item I found while conducting my
So that
search.
I wondered how long it would take for that to become an issue.
Hmm.
I shall give you the opportunity to explain the reason for it being here before I jump to any conclusions.
It was going to be a wedding gift for Gideon. I've maybe not been the best brother in recent years. I thought this could make up for some of it. After what happened to the Major, I thought it was a bit tasteless.
You did not see it fitting to tell me you were harboring a rather sizable knife in your room?
I wouldn't say harboring. And I
mean,
wasn't
it's out on
expecting
the
to be a
side.
suspect in a murder.
Merci for your assistance, monsieur.
Hmm. Well, to be fair, it is just on the side, so... Marshal Becker's room. Without him here, I am free to search it. Alright, let's have a little look what we've got going on here. A very messy desk. Oh, a notebook. Oh. Clicked on the grandfather clock.
Oh.
Inside Hugo's notebook, a hasty scribble regarding a meeting with whom I assume... Ernesto? Curious. Okay. What is this? A note? It seems he has been attempting to write a speech of some kind, unsuccessfully though. I wonder, does this fit the pattern of behaviour with Hugo? Oh my goodness. Hang on, I'm just going to lean forward. You underestimate the power of man's defiance. Your men, you are in a position to bring all of this to an end. All we ask is what we deserve. If you do not retract your men, they will be met with equal force, too forceful. Your weapons may beat our bodies, but they will not bruise our hearts and spirits. These are the men that have built our great nation and country and will continue to. Money will not save your soul. That seems like it may be aimed at the Major. Possibly Ernesto.
Oh.
Little plant thing there. What else have we got? Oh, the globe is open. Photograph. With so many siblings, it must have been difficult for Hugo to get attention. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Hugo's family photo. I'm assuming that's going to be relevant at some point. Right. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have 2 connections here. Search guest rooms for evidence of possible collusion. Who do we have? Hugo, Zachariah, Margot, Gideon, Archibald. So Gideon and Zachariah, there was a photograph of them both together. Let's zoom in. There we go. Right. And he's hesitant to talk about or reconcile. Let's go with reconcile first and then we can do the other one.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
What connection? The DeMay brothers' strange relationship is enough to suggest that they would not have worked together. Not necessarily. Let's have a look what we've got down here. Let's have a look at Jackie. Jackie thinks Hugo was slow to react. Scrapped paper. Maybe?
Things are beginning to become clearer.
In Jackie's opinion, she doesn't value Hugo particularly highly. Would he collaborate with anyone else, I wonder? Potentially. Jackie's unlikely to collaborate with Hugo. Let's... There we go.
Another success. I never
Just going in
doubted
straight
myself.
lines. Hugo and Ernesto confirmed each other's alibis. It's possible they may have colluded to murder the Major. Could I find anything to support this? Okay. Okay. Right. Do we have anything else that we need to get? No, nothing there. Okay. So, let's go and have a little look at Ernesto's bedroom. If we can. Ah, the business-minded Monsieur de Silva's room. Oh, we're in Ernesto's bedroom. Cool. I was obviously on the right tracks then. Hello.
Monsieur de Silva, I am sure you understand the necessity for this type of search.
Not really, Detective. Your speech was rather spirited. But it did not give me much faith in your investigation.
How dare you?
I have not had my abilities questioned to my face by one of those I suspect of a crime before.
Get used to it.
Well, if you wish to prove me wrong, you should hurry up and find Felix's killer.
And I hope, with your help, monsieur, I shall.
Nice. Madame Van den Bosch spoke of your work with her late husband.
Yes, I helped him invest some money. Unfortunately, he was not the businessman he thought he was.
Madame Van den Bosch had a very similar view. At least he could have taken solace that you were both in the same position.
I think you're confused, Detective. It was Edwin that lost his fortune, not I.
Oh, really?
Forgive my naivete. If you were helping him make viable investments, would you not have seen the same opportunity for yourself?
I told him about the opportunities. I did not tell him to put his whole family's wealth into it. The prospect of doing good meant more to him than his profit margins. He was bound to fail.
I mean, fail at becoming extremely wealthy.
The business declared bankruptcy.
It did, until it was purchased for a fraction of its worth and made the new owner a small fortune.
Would that be you by any chance? I'm beginning to see Monsieur de Silva's more ruthless side. It sounds as though the Viscount was trying to at least make a positive change. Perhaps he was missing Monsieur de Silva's cutthroat edge. What we spoke of last night regarding Madame Van den Bosch.
Everything that I want to say on that matter has already been said.
He's holding a little candle.
I understand, monsieur. But what I would like to know is, was the late Viscount aware of your feelings towards his wife?
Excuse me, Detective, but you have crossed the line.
I'm a detective. That is what we do.
Cross the line like an attempt to bankrupt a business partner and friend so that you'll be able to swoop in and impress a certain target of your affections.
Oh, Barry, I'm repulsed,
You
sir.
make such ridiculous accusations without a shred of proof.
Just winding you up.
Your reaction at the mere suggestion is proof enough, monsieur. While I cannot arrest you for betrayal of a friend, I can hope your conscience does not forget, and that will be punishment enough.
Monsieur de Silva's actions are not a criminal offence, but if there was a penalty for deception and deceit, he surely would receive a life sentence. Wouldn't that be considered fraud, though? I don't know. This time in Belgium, possibly not. If he was gone to such lengths before, what would stop him from committing a similar act? This time to the Major. Like, if he was the businessman who purchased a company, isn't that like insider trading or fraudulent? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's sketchy anyway. I know you've worked with the Major, but what do you know of his finances?
He didn't have much to speak of. I was always surprised at the life he lived.
Surprised in what way?
It was on somebody else's dime, so...
Well, considering it wasn't that long ago he came to me asking about work, I didn't think he was in such good financial shape.
You offered him a position.
Nothing that he was willing to lower himself to. That's when he began talking about what else he could do for me. If you can call what
Ah,
he
no, I
was
missed it. I
deemed
clicked too
it
soon.
security. For the money I paid, I did not expect them to be so reckless.
Oh.
It was a considerable amount you paid him?
There's no need to divulge amounts, but it was certainly more than was expected.
Oh, and he's ended up killing 8 people. One would expect a business of Monsieur de Silva's calibre to have agreed a price for the Major's services. Why would he allow the Major to barter more? Tell me about the Major's security.
He said they were all professionals, but I saw nothing of the sort. He said he had worked with them all in the army as their superior officer. They were men that could be trusted.
By who?
But that was not the case?
I had not even met them before they arrived on site. They brought their own equipment. They looked like they knew what they were doing.
Wow,
And
ex-soldiers.
this equipment, it included the weapons that injured and killed the workers?
It was not much of a choice, Detective. I said they didn't need them, but Felix said it was essential. He said he knew better.
The more Monsieur talks, the shadier his dealings with the Major become. It's beginning to sound as though the riots were no accident.
That is all.
Well, he brought weapons. Okay, let's have a look around. What's this? Letter. A letter stating the blackmailer would reveal information of his questionable business dealings. Monsieur de Silva, at first you may question the nature of this letter, but by its conclusion you will know that you have fought so hard to keep hidden could be far from it. You have spent years feeding off the hard-working backs of others and offering nothing in return. Your workers continue to take their lives into their own hands, day after day, with your shoddy, damaged and dangerous machines for a fraction of what they deserve. Deal after deal is made, and while your pockets become fatter, lining them with more of your blood money, it is your workers that must pay the price. The mistreatment and pain you have caused does not only reside in the factories that you own, but the house that you live in. You do not value the lives of those that allow you to live the opulent life that you do, and I will not allow that to continue. Ooh. I can no longer sit back and watch as you disregard any sense of integrity or morality and continue to remain on your self-made pedestal, lording over those that deserve so much more. It is time you paid the price for your crimes, and the cost is 5,000 francs. It is a small price to pay for my silence, for if I do not receive it before Friday, it will not be cash you are paying, but rather years behind bars. Bring the money in a small brown paper parcel addressed to Monsieur Cordier to the post office on the Rue de Entrepot. Give it to the cashier and leave. If you do not do as requested, you will not hear from me again, and you may continue your life of luxury. It is obvious you do not value others' lives, but I urge you to consider what yours is worth. I can't remember if we found out who the blackmailer was. Look at him. Why are you looking at my fire? Because I can, sir. A contract for a partnership between Ernesto and Hugo. It's missing Hugo's signature. Oh. 12, Part 1. This agreement is governed by the laws of the Kingdom of Belgium. Both parties agree to the following. Current workers' strike shall cease in all manners and forms. Factory floor machine operators and supervisors shall return to their positions immediately. Terms of the above contract shall be implemented and relevant action taken directly. Signed, Ernesto. Well, what's the rest of the contract? Like, you know what I mean? Well, a letter opener. A razor sharp letter opener, almost brand new, lies discarded on the floor. I imagine that he has opened it and just thrown it on the floor when he was opening the letter, maybe. Okay, I'm coming to speak to you again, sir. Bonjour.
What is it now, Detective?
Push on why Ernesto hid the letter. Let's do that.
I have spoken of a potential blackmail ring, and yet you still kept your letter to yourself.
It is none of your business. And it is nothing more than a cheap trick to have me admit something that is not true.
I think it might be true.
If that were the case, it would be strange for you to have kept the letter and brought it with you, would it not?
Your persistence is a trait I do not enjoy.
I am a detective, sir. I detect. Monsieur de Silva has remained blunt. If not curt with his responses to my questions. Perhaps it would be best to act in a courteous and empathetic manner so that he may be more forthcoming with the truth of his blackmail letter and its contents. We have straightforward. There must be a reason you thought justified hiding it. Authoritative. You do not have to enjoy it, monsieur, but you must answer to it. Let's try straightforward.
No reason,
Ooh.
Merely saving you from wasting your time.
Well, I'm very grateful, sir, but it is not a waste of my time. It is my job.
I will be the judge of that. I would like to know about any and all evidence that may help my investigation.
I love that. You know, it's one of my favourite tropes in, like, when you watch... Because I watch, like, Diagnosis Murder and, Midsummer Murders and all that kind of stuff. And, like, Murder, She Wrote. Gentle crime, you know, parochial crime. And there's always this part where they go, well, I didn't think that was relevant, so I didn't say it because it wasn't relevant. It's like, you don't get to decide what is relevant when somebody's been murdered. You know what I mean? Like, everything could be relevant until it's ruled out to be not relevant, you know? It drives me crazy. I know it's a plot device, but it drives me absolutely bonkers.
I trust there is nothing else you deem a waste of my time.
Ooh.
Of course not, officer.
Ah.
It's not as though you think I'm harboring some illicit secret.
I kind of do.
The letter was a pathetic attempt to intimidate me. Nothing more.
Condemning deal after deal is made while your pockets become fatter, lining with more of your blood money. Concerned, you do not value the lives of those that allow you to live. Ooh. It's quite a proud man, and I feel like if we come in all guns blazing, he's just going to shut down. So let's try softly, softly.
I have never heard so much rubbish in all my life. I value those that work hard and deserve it.
Do you pay them?
That suggests there are some that you do not respect.
Do you pay them and keep their machinery up to date?
Yes, well, why should I praise someone for doing a poor job? You make me sound like some monster.
I didn't.
Monsieur, the letter does not only discuss your questionable business dealings, but also cases of abuse against your staff. Both accusations that must be taken very seriously.
Detective, there is a difference between telling a member of my staff what to do and abuse.
Do you know that difference?
And it is you that decides where that line is drawn?
Oh, Bosch. Have that.
In my house? Yes, it is.
Wow. Monsieur does not like being pressed on the subject of how he treats his staff. It had nothing to hide. There should be no need for such a reaction. There's a theme of, like, mistreated staff here. Starting to have a bit of a suspicion. Right, okay. Were you expecting some correspondence this weekend?
Excuse me? Detective, I think you are beginning to lose your mind.
How dare you?
I do not think it is unreasonable to question why you would feel the need to bring a letter opener with you.
Really, Detective? If I had stabbed a man with it, do you really think I would have left it lying out in my room?
Monsieur de Silva is correct. It was a stretch to believe someone would be so careless. Murder weapon remains somewhere in the house, though. I mean, hiding it in plain sight is a pretty decent... I mean, not now with all DNA and stuff, but in the past, potentially, was a pretty decent thing. Like, why would I have murdered him with this? It's out and it's out in the open, and absolutely... I wouldn't be that stupid. You don't think I'm stupid? And, like, would be a pretty, like, good way to get suspicion off you, I think. Who knows? Monsieur de May invited Monsieur Beckers so that you two might sit down and find some common ground.
And no one asked them to.
But surely it is beneficial to both parties. Your profits must have been affected.
There are barely any profits to speak of.
Oh, really?
Why have those talks not taken place and the deal arranged?
Monsieur Beckers has made no attempt to speak with me and offered no counter-offer. The ball is in his court, Detective.
Really? Although it is Monsieur de Silva's wages and treatment of his staff that is in question, it sounds as though he's at least trying to resolve the issue. Surprising, unlike Monsieur Beckers. Do you have any idea of which staff member may have expressed their abuse?
Please stop calling it that. I treat all my servants exactly how I always have, and no one has complained before.
Servants.
That does not mean your behavior is appropriate.
They have one chance. If they are not doing the job they are hired to do, they are gone. You would be surprised how many staff expect an easy ride.
I doubt it. I did not expect Monsieur to treat his staff the same as his friends, but I also did not expect him to treat them like stray dogs.
Is there a specific member of staff
He's
that
not a
may
very
have
nice
expected
guy.
such a ride?
There is one girl, a new maid. I didn't expect great things from her, but Comtesse de Vos promised me she could do what was required.
This Contessa is putting a lot of these maids in these houses. Spies, maybe? There must be the young girl that the Comtesse spoke of. Perhaps the position she is finding for these girls are not best fit. I think that the Contessa is putting these girls in these houses to spy on people.
That is all for now.
Because that seems like a pretty... Yeah, that seems like a pretty... I mean, I would do it. Maybe. Let's have a look. Search guest rooms for evidence of possible collusion. Let's zoom in a bit. Right. Ernesto employed a servant woman from woman's shelter. So, we don't know if... Oh, excuse me. I mean, possibly, but maybe not.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
So, I am doubtful this duo would collaborate. Would Ernesto deal with another member of the house? Perhaps someone who has never confirmed his alibi. Yeah, I think Hugo's avoiding Ernesto. Ernesto employed a servant from the woman's shelter.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Ernesto doesn't strike me as the sort of man that would ask for help, no matter how important. Talk to Ernesto. Okay. Let's have a look if there's anything here. Oh, investigate the blackmail. Right, so... Let's have a look. We've got... Who have we spoken to recently? Staff knows family's hiding something. Ernesto mistreated his employees. Blackmailer wished the family to leave the manor. Motives. Blackmailer wished the family to suffer. Newsletter. Ernesto employees. So Inga got her job from Margot. Ernesto employed a servant from the woman's shelter, so that's where my little thing is. Potentially these two are linked because...
What a revelation!
Margot is making her shelter girls do the dirty work, finding dirt on the members of the social elite. There we go. How? Margot has a network of helpers. Margot is making her shelter girls do the dirty work, finding dirt on members of the social elite. Nice. Nice. Let's have a look. Is there anything I need to look for here? No. Uncover Inga's involvement in recent affairs. Did we know that Margot was blackmailing?
What is it now,
I can't remember.
detective?
It's been that long. Did you speak with the Comtesse directly about hiring a servant from the shelter?
She approached me. I thought it was rather brash.
Did we already know?
In what way?
Assuming that I would want to take on another servant, and one from such a troubled background. She is running the charity, not I.
Well, I'm sure there is something you are keeping from me. Your business relationship with the Major has obviously towing the line of legality.
When he came to me, I told him that with the factories on strike and my profits pouring down the drain, I had nothing for him. But he said he could help me get them all back to work and the factories earning.
What, by killing him?
His rates were steep, but he said he knew what needed to be done, and he was prepared to do it. A week passed and they were all still on strike. In fact, even more had joined them. He made excuse after excuse, demanding more and
The
more
Major was
money
bad
for
at
the
his
job
job.
to be done. But he never actually told me what he was going to do.
The riots.
I had no idea they were going to charge them like that. How was I meant to know?
Probably the Major's thinking in doing this is either to paint the factory workers in a bad light by having them fight and riot, and then support for the strikes falls apart, or a show of force to frighten them into going back into work. Either way, flipping stupid.
And even following such a tragedy, he continued to demand money from you.
He said if he wanted my silence, it would cost. Do you have any idea what it could do to my livelihood, my name? If it got out that I had paid the so-called security that did that.
I mean, it's your factory, so wouldn't people know that it's your security anyway?
I have every idea, monsieur. You hired a militia to take action against your own workers. You deserve whatever name is chosen for being so morally bereft in your decision-making.
No, it's
I
stupid.
didn't know that was what he was going to do. You must believe me.
Have you met the Major? Like, it's absolutely the kind of thing that he would do.
I have to believe nothing but the truth. And the truth, monsieur, is that it is not only the Major that has the blood of those men on his hands.
Damn right. I don't know why
That
they
is
didn't
all
think that
for now.
before anyway. I mean, I would have assumed that, okay. What's this one? Zoom in. Woo. Margot approached Ernesto to offer help. Oh. Maybe?
Magnifique.
Margot may know more than she is letting on if she has an inside link with the staff at the house. I have found no clear evidence the guests working together in any capacity. What has become clear is the Contessa's connection to the staff. Could there be something more to their relationship? Oh. I have a little bit of an idea. Talk to Inga. I have a feeling that this is not about... I mean, there's a lot of reasons that the Major was a bad guy and there's a lot of things that have gone on, but I don't think it's about money per se.
Is there something you need, detective?
Tell me about your true relationship with the Contessa.
She helped me at the shelter and with this job.
That I am already aware of. What I am not is what else she tasked you with.
Pardon, detective?
Please stop
For
lying
I
to
know
me.
that your position as a servant in this house is not your only job. What did Countess de Vos ask you to do while in this house?
It's incredible. It's very, very clever what she's done.
She said I had to do what she asked, or I would be back on the street. I didn't want to do it. If anyone found out, I would be the prime suspect.
Madame van den Bosch would have been aware of young Inga's past, and she's worried that they would accuse her. What was asked of her must be related to her past life as a thief.
Merci, mademoiselle.
What she's done is actually very clever, because obviously at that time, and maybe a little bit now, servants are invisible. Generally, very rich people, these kind of aristocracy, this kind of life, your servants are expected to be seen and not heard, but they hear everything. Like, they know everything, they hear everything. They have access to things that you wouldn't normally have access to. Inga is following Margot's orders. Oh. Archibald lost his key
there
copy.
something
No! Let's have a look at... Okay, previously prosecuted.
What a revelation.
Maybe the link is whatever is here. Inga has admitted that her work in the house is not wholly honest. Inga is assisting with thefts. Talk to Inga. Inga is assisting with thefts. Archibald lost his key.
Surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I thought it was irresponsible of Archibald to lose his key, but now its disappearance makes sense. Inga stole Archibald's key. This is really clever. Gonna get right up in your face. What was it the Contessa asked you to steal from the house?
She said I was to take nothing.
If it was not
Borrow?
something she wished you to take, what was it?
She wanted me to find out information about the family and Monsieur Hagen.
Why did she request that?
At first I didn't
Blackmail.
know, but when I heard about Mademoiselle Angeline being blackmailed, and then the major, I knew she had used what I found.
Perhaps my suspicions of Monsieur Sterling's involvement with the major safe was incorrect. His key was not lost but stolen. Tell me how you access the safe.
She had a key, and it would be easy to get it from him.
You knew that the Major asked Monsieur Sterling to access the safe from time to time, and if anything was ever discovered missing, he would surely take the blame.
I never took anything. I only told the Countess what I had found.
Wow.
That was.
About Monsieur Hagen and the Madame's relationship. And Angeline.
I'm sure the Countess was pleased to hear such valuable information.
She said I had done a good job, but I needed proof. That's why I went back and got the letters last night.
Wow. So it was young Inga that beat Madame van den Bosch to the safe last night, but why would they be left in such a precarious fashion? When I returned to the study this morning, the letters remained out and the safe
I fetched
open.
the letters again and took them to the Countess last night. But she shouted at me and said what a stupid girl I was.
You were only doing as she requested.
She said it was too dangerous for her to have them with you around. That's when I returned them to the study.
Oh.
I thought I heard someone on the stairs, so I just threw them back. It was dark as I dared not turn the light on. Someone would have seen it.
Trying to slot a key into a lock in the dark is no easy feat. That would explain the scratches on the safe. If Madame van den Bosch had only tried to retrieve the letters minutes earlier, she would have surely crossed paths with Inga.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Uncover it. Right, okay. What have we got here? Whoop. Inga knows of the hidden room. Let's maybe those two together.
This will not get me
because they're
any
my
closer
most
to my
recent.
goal.
Okay, Inga accessed the safe. What is close to that? Inga is previously prosecuted. Let's have a look. Safe access. Maybe that.
Magnifique.
I wonder how many secrets the house holds for Inga to find. Probably a lot. Probably a lot. Inga's trying to uncover secrets. Oh, maybe that. Hidden room.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
If there is somewhere in this house where a secret lies, it will surely be found in the hidden room. My suspicions of the Contessa's connection with Inga was correct. She was using the young girl to find out anything and everything she could about the family, while the Contessa need not even get her hands dirty. Wow. Okay. Right, let's talk to Inga again.
Is there something you need, detective?
Yes, there is. What else have you relayed to the Contessa?
That's all. I swear. I heard Monsieur Archie and Monsieur Felix talking about a storeroom, but I haven't found it.
Is the Countess aware of this room?
I told her it was somewhere in the house, but I didn't know where. She wasn't happy with me that I hadn't found it yet.
I believe if young Inga knew the location of the secret store, she would have been forthcoming with it. It may be naive on my part, but she's already incriminated herself and has nothing else to
Merci,
lose.
mademoiselle. Your honesty today has helped me greatly.
I suppose that I will lose my position at the house now.
That is not my decision to make. But when the whole truth is revealed, it will not be the pawns the law looks to convict. We shall be coming for the queen.
Will you though? I mean, that's very noble. Very noble of you, sir, but that's not really how it works. Right. Let's have a little look around here. Margot has links to several staff members. The Van der Bosch secrets may be in a hidden
The
room.
pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Such a calculating web of lies and secrets. What motive could possibly justify such devious actions? Finally, I have unmasked the blackmailer, Mademoiselle Angeline, and the other recipients of such letters may longer live in fear. Contessa de Vos shall pay for her crimes. Will she, though? Will she? She's very rich. Very resourceful. Right, let's go find who else we need to talk to. Oh! I don't need to find them. I'm here. Hello, Angeline.
Mademoiselle,
Bonjour.
merci for coming.
Have you had a breakthrough, detective?
I have.
Finally, I have the news you have awaited.
Please, detective, don't hold me in suspense.
I have finally uncovered the identity of the one holding the Van den Bosch name to
Oh my.
ransom.
I feel faint at the thought of knowing who could have done this to us.
It is said to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. It is Countess de Vos that is behind the letters.
Dun dun dun.
I don't believe it. What about the Major's letter?
Not only his, but a letter to Monsieur da Silva.
She was blackmailing him as well. Detective, I just don't know what to say.
I wonder if this is about money or if it was just like a hobby.
Take a moment, mademoiselle. It is a lot of information to take in.
Like she was bored. I mean, she's very rich and like rich people go a bit weird, don't they?
I just don't understand why she would do such a cruel thing.
For the joy of it? What do you know about young
She
Inga's
has
past?
never been particularly forthcoming with it. Only that she was homeless for some time and that she was at the women's shelter before here.
And it is there that the Countess abused her power and manipulated her to uncover secrets of the family.
All this time she has been working for Margot, doing her dirty work.
Not by choice.
I am afraid so, mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle's in a state of shock to learn that such a close friend of the family has betrayed them in such a cruel way. It must be
Is
devastating.
Maman aware?
You
Nope.
are the first I have told, mademoiselle. Next will be the authorities.
I'm afraid that we'll have to wait.
S'il vous plaît, mademoiselle, we must go through the correct
And
channels.
we will. I want to see her punished to the fullest extent of the law. But we cannot telephone anyone as the lines are still down.
Oh, okay.
Monsieur Archibald informed me earlier. I had hoped they would be working again. Last night's snow must have caused more damage than expected.
Was it the snow though?
Last night, they have been done all weekend, detective.
What? Didn't we see Archibald using the phone?
Detective, are you okay?
How could I have been such a fool? I saw Monsieur Sterling talk on the telephone, but I heard no ring.
Detective Poirot?
Holy shit, this might be a servant's conspiracy. It was all a lie, a scene acted out for my benefit to throw me off the scent. If I believed that the Major was still alive at the time, I had no reason to investigate anyone's whereabouts beforehand. Anyone being Monsieur Sterling and his staff.
Would you like me to fetch you a glass of water, detective?
Well,
My apologies, mademoiselle. I was taken by surprise for a moment, but I have regained my composure. A glass of water is not required. Would you excuse me? Merci, mademoiselle.
Well, that's the end of chapter 6. This conspiracy runs deep. It runs deep. I am quite interested to learn why the Contessa was doing this blackmail. I hope she was just doing it for the lols, because that would be infinitely hilarious. But yeah, this might be a servants conspiracy, quite possibly, or the servants might be covering it up for someone else, but we shall see. We shall see. This turns everything on its head. But thank you very much for joining me for this Murder Mystery Monday. I will be back next Murder Mystery Monday with Chapter 7, The Family. If you're interested in anything else that I'm up to, there's an end card coming up with a link back into my channel. I am just playing with things at the moment, making some changes. It's all good, but there's loads of stuff on there to watch. Feel free to go over there, like, subscribe. You know how it be. You know how it be. Have a lovely week, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.